Chapter 41. Big Brother is hurt, too. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After Fong Moran finished speaking, many mercenary groups and families who wanted to befriend them came forward to congratulate them. Although establishing a mercenary group wasn't a big deal, anyone could see their strength. Congratulations. Ju Ri and Song Ran deliberately walked up to Leng Ruoxue. They knew that this stunning girl in front of them was the core of the group. Thank you. Everyone, in order to thank you for your kind intentions, I have decided to invite everyone who congratulated us to eat earth python meat, Leng Ruoxue said. Since others intended to be on good terms with her, she shouldn't be too distant. Moreover, her meaning was obvious. Only those who had congratulated her earlier would have a share. Really? That's great. What a treat. Some of those who came to offer their congratulations didn't expect something so good, and they were overjoyed. Earth python meat wasn't something that just anyone had the chance to eat. We still don't know your names. Ju Ri and Song Ran couldn't help asking after sitting together with Leng Ruoxue's group of 4. Fong Moran. Mu Li. Yi Chen. She is my wife, Leng Ruoxue, Yi Chen introduced directly, wanting to strangle his love rivals to death in the bud. Leng Ruoxue. Eastern Lagoon's General Leng's granddaughter, Leng Ruoxue. Ju Ri asked in surprise. Leng Ruoxue nodded. Has the young master of the Hurricane mercenary group heard of my foolish misdeeds before? Hurricane should be in the Southern Dusk Empire. Is Leng Ruohan your elder brother? Ju Ri asked. Does Big Brother Ju know my elder brother? Leng Ruoxue asked with some doubt. Your elder brother is injured. Ju Ri explained. What did you say? Leng Ruoxue asked in disbelief. Leng Ruohan is injured, and I heard that his injury is rather serious, Ju Ri explained. How did Big Brother get injured? Leng Ruoxue really couldn't believe it. Her brother should have broken through to spiritual sovereign long ago with the spirit fruit she had left behind. How could he be injured? Shuer, calm down. Yi Chen hugged Leng Ruoxue tenderly and comforted her. Shuer was very cold to outsiders, but she greatly valued her loved ones and people she believed in. She panicked a little when she heard that her brother was injured. What should we do? What should we do? Leng Ruoxue looked at Yi Chen helplessly with tears in her beautiful eyes. Don't worry. He'll be fine. Yi Chen comforted her. He had never seen Shuer so helpless before. Shuer, don't worry. Ruohan will be fine. Fong Moran also comforted her. Shuer had always been his pillar and strong in his heart, so his heart ached when he saw Shuer's weak and helpless appearance. I want to go back to Phoenix City to see Big Brother, Leng Ruoxue said anxiously. Okay, we'll go back now, Yi Chen said comfortingly. Big Brother Fong, I have something to tell you, Leng Ruoxue said to Fong Moran. Okay. Fong Moran stood up and walked into Leng Ruoxue's tent with her. Big Brother Fong, take this. Leng Ruoxue handed him a jade bottle. What is this? Fong Moran was curious. Poison. I'm afraid some people will have some devious ideas after I leave. Big Brother Fong doesn't need to be soft-hearted then. Leng Ruoxue could leave early but not Big Brother Fong. Charm. Master, I will protect them, Charm said understandingly. He knew that his master was worried about them, so she wanted him to stay. Thank you. Leng Ruoxue hugged Charm's small and cute body tightly, feeling a little reluctant to part. But with Charm here, she would be much more at ease. Big Brother Fong, ask Fongda to come in after you go out. Okay. Charm jumped onto Fong Moran's shoulder and followed him out of the tent. Mississippi, Fongda walked in and looked at Leng Ruoxue with some concern. He just heard that something had happened to his young lady's elder brother. His young lady valued them so much, what more her own blood relatives. Protect them, Leng Ruoxue said directly and handed him a bottle of poison. While I don't allow you to bully others with your power, I won't allow you to be bullied by others either, so don't embarrass me. If anyone dares to bully you, don't be soft-hearted, and don't be afraid of causing me trouble. I might hate trouble, but I'm not afraid of it. You have to know that our Leng family isn't easy to bully, Leng Ruoxue reminded him. The Leng family was the most protective of their own. The reason she said this to Feng De was that she was afraid that big brother Feng would have too many concerns and be unable to do it. Miss, don't worry. Feng De won't let anyone bully our Leng family, Feng De promised. He had long regarded himself as a member of the Leng family. It was their fortune to have such a protective master. Stay here with big brother Feng. After the King Kong Great Ape breaks through, you can return to Phoenix City with him or stay here to train. Leng Ruoxue gave them two choices. Feng De nodded. Don't worry, Mississippi. I promise I won't let anyone lose a strand of hair. Mu Li, stay and protect them. If necessary, kill anyone without mercy. Yi Chen also instructed Mu Li with a cold glow flashing through his eyes. Before leaving, Leng Ruoxue gave Ju Ri a heavenly essence pill and Song Ran a spirit fruit as repayment for their kindness in reporting the news. Then she left the illusionary forest with Yi Chen on Quill's back. Seeing the two people he feared the most leave, Elder Su became a little restless. Humph, let's see who can protect you now that he was the strongest here now since the two people he couldn't see through left. Now, it's the time for us to settle the score properly. Elder Su said to Feng De and the others cockily. Yo, why isn't Elder Su pretending to be dead? Feng De said mockingly. This elder wasn't so lively when his young lady was around. Boss, you don't understand. The higher the status, the more afraid of death. He wasn't confident that he could defeat our young lady, so of course he could only pretend to be dead, Lin Yuan said cooperatively. Oh, no wonder, realization dawned upon Feng Da's face. Chapter 42. Depart. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You. This old man will not let any of you go. Elder Su said through gritted teeth with hatred in his heart. How dare a mere great spiritualist crack a joke at my expense? You are too presumptuous. How dare a great spiritualist be so rampant? Where is your respect for the dignity of the strong? Zhang Jian rebuked them, seemingly with a sense of righteousness. In fact, he said this in hopes of borrowing Elder Su's hand to kill them so that he could vent his anger. Leng Ruoxue asked for it when she ignored him. Humph, she's just a married woman who isn't worthy of me. However, his innate superiority made him unable to tolerate her ignoring him. Now that the dignity of the strong was on the line, Elder Su had no choice but to attack. How could a powerhouse allow himself to be humiliated by an ant? This concerned his dignity and face. Prepare to die. Elder Su said furiously. Wait, Elder Su, are you sure you want to kill them? Ju Ri asked. He had gained many benefits from Leng Ruoxue, so it was impossible for him not to intervene. Yes, Elder Su, you should think about it carefully. Song Ran echoed. Are you two young masters standing up for them? Elder Su questioned, displeased. He didn't want the two major mercenary groups, Hurricane and Universal, to intervene in the feud between them. Elder Su, we're doing this for your own good. Their young lady might have left, but do you think she could have left feeling relieved if she didn't leave something for her subordinates to fend for their lives? Ju Ri reminded, kindly. Elder Su hesitated after hearing what Ju Ri said. He wasn't a fool and certainly didn't want to provoke an enemy he didn't know the details of. Just as he was hesitating, a stream of heaven and earth laws descended. Is this a level 9 holy beast breaking through? At that moment, Elder Su's mind was fully attracted by the holy beast's breakthrough. How could he have the mood to avenge his brother? Wouldn't a level 9 holy beast break through to become a divine beast? There had yet to be anyone in the entire Ling Feng continent who formed a contract with a divine beast. If he could obtain this divine beast, his status in the family would be second only to the patriarch. He had to obtain it. Everyone present was stunned. But what surprised them even more was that a second stream of heaven and earth laws descended soon after. Everyone was dumbfounded. Are there two holy beasts breaking through? Seeing the descent of the second stream of heaven and earth laws, Feng De and the others knew that Deputy Leader Feng had also advanced. Great, our mercenary group will have another spiritual sovereign now. Master, the King Kong Great Ape said happily as he transformed into a human. Thank you, King Kong. Feng Moran looked at the 2-meter tall, handsome, and strong man in front of him with gratitude. It would have been impossible for him to advance 2 stages so easily to become a spiritual sovereign if King Kong didn't break through. Master, what about the people outside? King Kong scratched his head shyly. Hee, Master is being too polite. Chase them away, Feng Moran said coldly. There was now a hint of Powerhouse's demeanor to him. Okay. Leave my territory immediately. Or else, you will stay and be my dinner. King Kong roared outward. His master was too kind. If it were up to him, he would have just killed them all. By the time Feng Moran emerged, most of the people outside had already run away. You came back at the right time, Brother Feng. We were just about to say goodbye. Ju Ri and Song Ran said when they saw Feng Moran. Let's go together. Feng Moran said. Okay. Why didn't the Su family leave? Feng Moran asked curiously. Are they still thinking about killing us? The purple pearl fruit is gone, so they're probably after the divine beast, Ju Ri guessed. Divine beasts were extremely enticing, but people had to be alive to obtain them. How could they expect to obtain the King Kong Great Ape after it had eaten the purple pearl fruit and advanced to divine beast? The King Kong Great Ape must be in a good mood, so it let them leave instead of coming out to kill them all immediately. Of course, Feng Moran knew how attractive divine beasts were to powerhouses. But a divine beast had strength equivalent to a human spiritual deity, so how could it be easy to capture one? Even if there was one captured through a scheme, would there be a beast trainer who had the confidence to tame it? Even supreme beast trainers didn't have full confidence to tame one, right? Moreover, there was no supreme beast trainer on the Ling Feng continent now. I guess Elder Su isn't in the mood to kill us anymore. Feng Moran said jokingly. Of course, you aren't as attractive as a divine beast, Ju Ri mocked. A peak spiritual sovereign wants to capture a divine beast. He's really overestimating his abilities. Brother Ju, Brother Tsang, we'll take our leave now. See you again, Feng Moran said when they reached a fork in the road. See you again. Deputy Leader Feng, are we going to Phoenix City? Feng De asked. Mu Li, what do you think? Feng Moran looked at Mu Li. You've just advanced, so you should consolidate your strength first before going back, Mu Li said after some thought. All right. Feng Moran knew that he wouldn't be of much help even if he returned. Moreover, Xuer had already gone back, so Ling Ruhan would definitely be fine. Xuer, don't worry. Nothing will happen. Yi Qin comforted her. I don't know how bad my big brother's injury is, so I'm just a little worried, Ling Ruoxue said. If it's only a minor injury, Grandpa wouldn't have issued a mercenary mission. Quill, let's take a break. Ling Ruoxue said after feeding him a pill. Master, I'm not tired, Quill said. Even though he had been flying for so long, he didn't feel tired since his master was constantly feeding him pills. Quill flew at a rapid pace. After flying for an entire day and night, they finally arrived at Phoenix City. Master, Miss is back. Cui Zhu said excitedly as she ran into the study. Really? Where? Leng Qingtian was finally relieved when he heard that his precious granddaughter was back. Shuer will definitely have a way. Outside, Cui Zhu said excitedly. Leng Qingtian hurried to the yard and happened to see Shuer jump off the back of the giant eagle. Grandfather. Shuer. Leng Qingtian held his precious granddaughter tightly in his arms. After not seeing her for half a year, he missed her so much. Chapter 43. Arrived home. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Let Grandpa take a good look. Oh, my Shuer has grown taller and prettier, Leng Qingtian said proudly. His grandchildren were his pride, but right now, his grandson, alas. Shuer, who is he? Leng Qingtian looked at the stunningly beautiful man standing behind Shuer curiously. He wouldn't have noticed him if he hadn't coughed twice. Hello, Grandpa. I am Yi Chen. Yi Chen introduced himself. Never in his wildest dreams did he expect to be ignored like this one day. Yi Chen. Leng Qingtian looked at Leng Ruoxue. The meaning in his eyes was obvious. Was he the frail and sickly Yi Chen? Leng Ruoxue nodded. It's him. How did you two end up together? Leng Qingtian was puzzled. Noel.n. We met in the illusionary forest. Ah, this, Leng Qingtian pondered on what he should call him. Grandpa, just call me Yi Chen. Alright, I'll call you Yi Chen from now on, Leng Qingtian said with satisfaction. How does this kid look like someone who's sick? Rumors can't be trusted. Grandpa, how is Big Brother? What happened? Leng Ruoxue asked worriedly. Alas, Leng Qingtian sighed. Shuer, it's too late today. Go and rest first. Grandpa will tell you tomorrow. Grandpa, I'm not tired. How could she sleep without knowing her brother's condition? Then let's talk inside, Leng Qingtian said. Shuer, Rohan is seriously injured. All the meridians in his body have been broken, and all his spiritual power has been destroyed. He can't be a spiritualist anymore, Leng Qingtian said sadly. Alas, his good grandson suddenly turned from a genius into a cripple who couldn't cultivate spiritual power. Was this the jealousy of the heavens toward geniuses? Leng Ruoxue was stunned after hearing what her grandfather said. She didn't expect him to be so seriously injured. How did Big Brother get hurt? Leng Ruoxue asked. Big Brother should be a spiritual sovereign now. Since a spiritual sovereign could be injured so severely, his opponent should be much stronger than him. Humph, no matter who it is, I will make them pay the price for hurting my big brother. Sigh, don't remind me of it. Leng Qingtian said angrily. Grandpa, I want to know, Leng Ruoxue said seriously. Sigh, the academy said that Rohan provoked a group of fire rhinoceroses and was besieged by them. Rohan would have died if the teachers leading the team didn't save him in time. Leng Qingtian told Shuer the exact words the academy told him. Grandpa, do you believe that? Is Big Brother such an irrational person? Why would he provoke fire rhinoceroses? Leng Ruoxue asked angrily. Fire rhinoceroses were very barbaric spiritual beasts that lived in groups, and even spiritual supremacies wouldn't provoke them. There's nothing we can do even if we don't believe it. The students and teachers who went on the training exercise testified that it was Rohan's mistake, and they were also injured because of it, Leng Qingtian said angrily. Some parents even came to ask for compensation. He was really furious. Did you ask Big Brother? Her brother was the party involved, so surely her grandfather would have asked him. Rohan was unconscious for a long time and only woke up a few days ago. Even until now, he's still refusing to say a word, Leng Qingtian said helplessly. He wouldn't have allowed those people to say whatever they wanted if Rohan hadn't been unconscious. What did the principal of the Heavenly Phoenix Academy say? Isn't he Big Brother's master? Leng Ruoxue asked again. A master should at least understand their disciple's character. He has the same opinion as me. He didn't believe that Rohan would be so rash. But Rohan was unconscious the whole time, so we had no way to verify it. Alas, Grandpa is useless, Ling Qingtian rebuked himself. If Old Man Lin hadn't been away from Phoenix City at the time, the matter wouldn't have reached the point where it couldn't be sorted out. By the time Old Man Lin rushed back, the news had already spread throughout Eastern Lagoon. What about Big Brother's spirit beast? Leng Ruoxue asked. The spirit beast should know what happened. Dead. The teachers of the academy said that they wouldn't have been able to save Rohan if his spirit beast hadn't self-exploded, Leng Qingtian said. I'm going to see Big Brother. Leng Ruoxue decided to check on her brother first. Grandpa will accompany you. Swear, I'll go too, Yi Chen said. Grandpa, please have some rest. Yi Chen and I will go. Leng Ruoxue and Yi Chen arrived at the cold tea pavilion, where Leng Rohan lived. As soon as they entered, they saw a tall and thin figure standing in the middle of the yard. Leng Ruoxue could already feel the sadness from her big brother before she approached him. Big brother, Leng Ruoxue called out tenderly. Upon hearing Leng Ruoxue's voice, the thin figure standing in the middle of the yard turned around. Swear. Leng Rohan, who had been silent since waking up, finally spoke when he saw his beloved sister. Big brother. Leng Rohan hugged the emaciated Leng Rohan and cried out in heartache. Damn it, my big brother, who used to be handsome as an immortal, is almost as thin as a piece of paper. He looks so haggard and dejected. Humph, no matter who caused him to become like this, I will never let it go. Swear. Leng Rohan hugged Leng Ruoxue tightly as tears rolled down his cheeks. Swear, Ardent is dead, Leng Rohan said sadly. Leng Ruoxue knew that Ardent was her brother's contracted spirit beast. Ardent's death must have devastated her brother. Alas, at this moment, she really hoped that her brother's relationship with Ardent hadn't been so deep. But it was too late to say anything now. Everyone in the Leng family greatly valued their spirit beasts and treated them as their family. Big brother, Ardent wouldn't want to see you like this. Leng Ruoxue knew that in her brother's heart, losing a partner whom he viewed as family devastated him more than losing his spiritual power and becoming a cripple. It was all to save me. I am too useless. Leng Rohan blamed himself. Big brother, can you tell Swear what happened? Leng Ruoxue took the opportunity to ask. Swear, do you believe me? Leng Rohan asked. When he woke up, Mingyan had told him the academy's explanation. But because he had been so immersed in the sadness of losing Ardent, he didn't bother to defend himself. Of course I believe you, Leng Ruoxue said. Why would she believe outsiders instead of the big brother who loved her? Chapter 44. Unlucky Fire Rhinoceros. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As long as Swear believes Big Brother, Leng Rohan said with relief. Big Brother, aren't you going to tell Swear what happened? Leng Ruoxue asked. Swear, let the matter pass since things have developed to this point. It's enough as long as Swear believes me. Although he wanted to tell the truth, he didn't want to make things difficult for his master, nor did he want to damage his academy's reputation because of a few black sheep. I'll listen to Big Brother, Leng Ruoxue coaxed. She knew that her brother had concerns and would rather suffer himself. But she didn't have any. Humph, let the matter pass. It's not going to be that easy. How can I let anyone who bullies the Leng family off so easily? Do they really think that the Leng family are pushovers? Big Brother, it's getting late. You should rest early. Swear will visit you tomorrow. Okay. Big Brother will sleep now and wait for Swear to come tomorrow. Leng Rohan didn't want Swear to worry. Leng Ruoxue watched her brother fall asleep on the bed with her own eyes before leaving with Yi Chen. Swear, do you really intend to let this matter pass? Yi Chen asked curiously. What do you think? Leng Ruoxue asked rhetorically. No matter what you want to do, don't leave me behind. You have to count me in. Yi Chen didn't believe that this protective little woman would let those fellows who made her elder brother the scapegoat go unscathed. Okay, no problem, Leng Ruoxue said generously. Why should I decline if someone is willing to be a free goon? Come up, Leng Ruoxue said to Yi Chen as she sat on Quill's back. Where are we going? Yi Chen was curious. Misty Woods, Leng Ruoxue's pink lips softly murmured. The Misty Woods was one of the many medium-sized forests in the Eastern Lagoon Empire. It was incomparable to the illusionary forest, regardless of size and the population, types, and levels of spirit beasts. The Misty Woods was much safer than the illusionary forest, and it was very close to Phoenix City. As a result, the Heavenly Phoenix Academy often regarded the Misty Woods as a training ground for new students. She had learned from Mingyan that her brother met with the accident in the Misty Woods. Are we going hunting in the Misty Woods at this late hour? Yi Chen teased. Yes, hunting, Leng Ruoxue said lightly. After flying for less than half an hour, Quill brought them to the entrance of the Misty Woods. Quill, find a spirit beast and ask where the fire rhinoceros's territory is, Leng Ruoxue said directly. Yes, master. Quill's sharp eagle eyes searched around and found an owl hiding in a tree. Quill flew directly to the front of the owl and asked, where is the territory of the fire rhinoceroses? This insignificant beast will bring you there, the 1-meter tall owl said while trembling in fear. This is it, the timid owl said. Thank you. This is your reward. Leng Ruoxue threw a spirit fruit to the timid owl. The owl opened its mouth to catch the fruit, nodded in gratitude, and quickly flew away. Quill, go and capture a fire rhinoceros for me, Leng Ruoxue ordered. The fire rhinoceroses should be asleep, so she had to lure them out. Yes. Quill flew around in the sky and then swooped down. A chubby fiery red rhinoceros appeared in his sharp claws when he flew up again. Fire rhinoceroses were fire-attribute rhinoceroses. They were mostly intermediate spirit beasts, but a small number of them were advanced spirit beasts of level 7 and above. The fire rhinoceros caught by Quill was a level 7 spirit beast. Who are you people? The fire rhinoceros stammered. Don't be scared. We just want to have a chat with you, Leng Ruoxue said with a smile. I have nothing to talk about with humans, the fire rhinoceros said fearfully. How could it not be afraid? There was a holy beast eyeing it covetously next to it. Boo-hoo. Schwer, I'm hungry. Let's roast it and eat it. It seems to have a lot of meat, so it should taste good. Yi Chen looked at the fire rhinoceros lying on the ground. Yes, I heard that fire rhinoceros meat is very delicious. I haven't eaten it before. Leng Ruoxue said cooperatively. It's more than that. The hide of fire rhinoceroses is also very valuable. So are their horns. They are all good raw materials for making equipment, Yi Chen commented critically about fire rhinoceroses. One probably isn't enough to eat, right? Why don't we catch a few more? We can bring them back for Grandpa and the others to try, Leng Ruoxue said. Master, I'm going to catch more. Quill flew up again. In less than half an hour, Quill caught more than a dozen fire rhinoceroses, each of them a level 7 spirit beast. Quill, well done, Leng Ruoxue praised. Her beast was so smart and knew to capture advanced beasts. Spirit beasts with intelligence were more interesting. Schwer, which one should we grill? Yi Chen asked expectantly. I'll leave it to you to decide. Leng Ruoxue started a fire. This one, they're all quite fat. Which one should I choose? Yi Chen murmured to himself as he circled the fire rhinoceroses. The captured fire rhinoceroses all lowered their heads, afraid that they would be chosen by this nasty man. Since they're all good, just pick any one, Leng Ruoxue suggested. Then this one. It's the fattest one. Yi Chen pointed at a 200 kg fire rhinoceros and kicked it out. After being kicked, the fat fire rhinoceros rolled to Leng Ruoshue's feet like a ball. Let's let out some blood first. Leng Ruoshue held a sharp dagger in her hand and gestured at the fat fire rhinoceros. Boo-hoo! Don't eat me. My flesh stinks and isn't delicious. The fat fire rhinoceros whimpered and sobbed. Where should I start? This is it. Leng Ruoshue thought for a long time before finally deciding on the spot to insert her knife. It was the fat fire rhinoceros's butt. She raised her dagger and stabbed it fiercely. Aha! A shrill scream echoed through the entire forest. Who's bullying my fire rhinoceros tribe? A loud roar resounded from the distance. You're finally out. It would have been better if you had cooperated earlier, Leng Ruoshue said with satisfaction after seeing that she had achieved her goal. They had caught so many fire rhinoceroses, but the fire rhinoceros king had actually pretended to be dead. Chapter 45 Fire Rhinoceros King, 1, you are listening at novelfull.audio. Alright, stop screaming. You won't die from the stab. Leng Ruoshue said to the fire rhinoceros, which was screaming miserably from being stabbed in the butt. She didn't really intend to kill it, she just wanted to scare it. However, it wasn't because she couldn't do it. She just felt that killing them would be letting them off too lightly. How could these fire rhinoceroses compensate for her big brother's injuries and grievances just by dying? Thus, she was more inclined to mental torture. After all, mental torture was always more effective than physical torture when dealing with enemies. Why that you are a demon, the fat fire rhinoceros stabbed in the butt cried out. Other humans would run away when they saw them, but these two detestable humans actually came knocking on their door. Humph. These two detestable humans will die for sure when the king comes. The king will definitely take revenge for this pain, that the fat fire rhinoceros muttered in his head. Leng Ruoshue knew that the fire rhinoceros king was almost here, as she heard the sound of galloping drawing close. It seems to have brought a lot of subordinates. Come on, the more, the merrier. What a brazen human. How dare you bully my tribe in my territory, roared the fire rhinoceros king, which was nearly twice the size of an ordinary fire rhinoceros. Its thick nostrils spurted out flames continuously. It was very angry, and the consequences would be serious. So what if this young lady is bullying them? What can you do to me? Leng Ruoshue deliberately provoked. She didn't expect this fire rhinoceros king to be a level 5 holy beast. Moreover, it didn't even bat an eyelid about Quill, a level 8 holy beast, just because it had so many subordinates. It's really arrogant. Very good. This is what I like. It will be satisfying to tidy them up this way. She felt incomparably happy looking at the nearly 1,000 fire rhinoceroses in front of her. Human, you will regret this, the fire rhinoceros king bellowed furiously, its bell-sized eyes widening. Go, let this human taste the power of our fire rhinoceros tribe, the fire rhinoceros king roared. All the spirit beasts in the Misty Wood knew that it had a bad temper, so no beast dared to provoke it. It had been too used to its status as the king here, which was why it didn't do anything when the eagle first caught a fire rhinoceros. It knew about it, but it didn't pay too much attention since these people were of a higher level, and it thought they were just passing through. The death of 1 or 2 fire rhinoceroses wasn't a big deal to him after all. The forest was always a place where the strong preyed on the weak. But now, they had caught more than a dozen advanced fire rhinoceroses in a row, causing its tribe to panic. Therefore, it was impossible for it, the fire rhinoceros king, to overlook it. Fortunately, its tribe was huge, so it wasn't afraid of the eagle. As for these 2 humans, they were even less worthy of his attention because they were just 2 people who came to court death in its eyes. Upon their king's orders, the fire rhinoceroses immediately surrounded Leng Ruoshue and Yi Chen. They glared at the 2 of them fiercely, especially the fat fire rhinoceros that had just been stabbed in the butt. Big or small? Leng Ruoshue asked. I'll take the big one and leave the small ones for you to practice your sword moves. Yi Chen knew that Xue hadn't really tested the power of her meteor sword technique yet. Exactly to my liking. Quill, keep an eye on them and don't let them escape, Leng Ruoxue ordered. Yes, master. Quill flew into the air, ready to capture fire rhinoceroses at any moment. Big Rhino, where are you looking? I'm your opponent. The fire rhinoceros king's lack of focus made Yi Chen very displeased. Leng Ruoxue looked at the nearly 1,000 fire rhinoceroses around her, raised the sword in her hand, and used Meteor Moon Slash. A sword beam shot at the fire rhinoceroses like a shooting star. She didn't infuse spiritual power into the Meteor Moon Slash just now, so it was just a pure sword move. But it left the thick-skinned fire rhinoceroses covered in wounds. Then she agilely weaved between the clumsy fire rhinoceroses and used Blazing Tree Silver Flower. The sword beams infused with fire attribute spiritual power swept at the fire rhinoceroses like blazing shooting stars, instantly killing more than half of them. She was extremely fast, and most of the clumsy fire rhinoceroses died before they could react. Seeing that the fire rhinoceroses were either dead or wounded and could no longer attack, Leng Ruoxue stopped and looked over at Yi Chen. Leng Ruoxue couldn't help but become a little speechless when she saw Yi Chen using only his fist to beat up the fire rhinoceros king until it was unrecognizable and kneeling on the ground begging for mercy. How tough must this freak's fist be to beat the fire rhinoceros king to such a state? Great masters, please spare me. It's all my fault for failing to recognize your greatness. Boo-hoo, the fire rhinoceros king pleaded. Don't worry. We won't kill you now, Leng Ruoxue said. She believed that the fire rhinoceros king must have now suffered a serious blow, both physically and mentally. As long as you answer my questions honestly, and your answers satisfy me, I will let you go. Really? The fire rhinoceros king asked fearfully. It was really scared of these two humans now. Where did these demons come from? Boo-hoo. You can choose not to believe me if you want to die now, Leng Ruoxue said impatiently. I believe you. I definitely believe you, the fire rhinoceros king said hurriedly. How could it dare not believe her? Very good. Then let me ask you, did your tribe almost kill a man a month ago? Leng Ruoxue asked. How do you know about that? The fire rhinoceros king was startled. Are these two demons here to avenge that man? Why did you want to kill him? Leng Ruoxue asked while suppressing her anger. Envy, we didn't want to kill him. We wanted to kill a woman who came to steal our fire rhinoceros fruits, the fire rhinoceros king said aggrievedly. Fire rhinoceros fruits were their favorite fruit to eat, and they were very important to them. Anyone who wanted to steal them had to die. Tell me what happened in detail. Leng Ruoxue ordered. Yes. Yes. The fire rhinoceros king explained the situation at the time in great detail, and then it looked at Leng Ruoxue with a pleading gaze. Boo-hoo. I don't want to die. What did that woman look like? Leng Ruoxue asked. It turned out that the fire rhinoceros king was also seriously injured at the time, which was why that woman was lucky to have survived. I can't say. She should be very beautiful according to human standards, the fire rhinoceros king said. Fire rhinoceroses didn't like human women. Chapter 46. Fire Rhinoceros King, 2, you are listening at novelfull.audio. Then if you see her again, can you recognize her? Can, I will recognize her even if she turns into ashes, the fire rhinoceros king hurriedly promised. I'll bring her here. I won't kill you if you can recognize her, Leng Ruoxue said. Why? Yes, Leng Ruoxue took out a pill and stuffed it into the fire rhinoceros king's mouth. This is poison. Don't even think about running. Otherwise, you won't last 3 days. No, the fire rhinoceros king was on the brink of tears. This was its territory, so where could it run? It wasn't easy to conquer such a territory, so how could it bear to abandon it? After doing what she came here to do, Leng Ruoxue and Yi Chen left the misty woods. Of course, they didn't forget to take the dead fire rhinoceroses with them. They were their spoils of war. Shuer, did you really give the fire rhinoceros king poison? Yi Chen asked curiously. Of course not. It will just cause diarrhea for some time, Leng Ruoxue said mischievously. How long will it last? Yi Chen was curious. Until I give it the antidote, Leng Ruoxue said matter-of-factly. Doesn't that mean it won't have the strength to run? So ruthless, but he liked it. Does it dare to run? That fellow might look mighty, but it's actually very cowardly, Leng Ruoxue said clear-headedly. They had caught more than a dozen fire rhinoceroses, so that fellow knew that it couldn't continue to ignore the situation. If it weren't for the sake of protecting its dignity as the fire rhinoceros king, it wouldn't have been willing to come out. Moreover, it only came out as a bluff by relying on its numbers. Quill, find an open space to stop, Leng Ruoxue said all of a sudden. What's the matter? Yi Chen was puzzled. I'm going to break through, Leng Ruoxue explained. She had broken through to advanced spiritual sovereign for several months now and had stored up enough spiritual power, but there had been no sign of advancing to peak spiritual sovereign. She didn't expect to feel that she was going to break through from the fight just now. Quill found a relatively flat place to land. Leng Ruoxue jumped off Quill's back and sat cross-legged on the ground. She broke through to peak spiritual sovereign in no time since it was only a minor stage. So except for the relatively low-level silver wolves advancing 1 or 2 levels, none of her other beasts advanced. Leng Ruoxue gazed at her spiritual power that was a deep gold color, a color that only peak spiritual sovereigns possessed. Spiritual power would have color after breaking through to Great Spiritualist. The color for Great Spiritualist was silvery-white. For Spiritual Monarch, it was light gold, and the color from elementary to peak would gradually deepen. The color for Spiritual Sovereign was gold, and it would also gradually deepen from elementary to peak. It was the same for Spiritual Supremacy and Spiritual Deity. The color for Spiritual Supremacy was purple gold, and the color for Spiritual Deity was purple. Moreover, there was no elementary, intermediate, advanced, or peak for Spiritual Deity. When using spiritual skills to fight, the spiritual power released would mainly be the color of the spiritual power attribute, except that there would be a colored layer corresponding to the user's spiritual power level enveloping it. This way, it would be easy to differentiate the levels of people when others were watching them fight. Otherwise, people of low levels wouldn't be able to know the strength of those of higher levels. It took a long time to advance to peak spiritual sovereign, Leng Ruoxue complained. Her heaven-defying art was still at the 2nd level. Only after completing the 2nd level would her strength be equivalent to spiritual supremacy. Be content, you greedy little thing. Many people never reach spiritual sovereign, Yi Chen said with feigned anger. That's true. Leng Ruoxue was just joking. In fact, she was very satisfied. Even though she hadn't advanced to spiritual supremacy yet, with her current strength, she might not necessarily lose to someone at that level. If she had the chance, she had to find an unlucky spiritual supremacy to try. After Leng Ruoxue and Yi Chen returned to the Leng residence, they went to their respective rooms to rest. The next morning, Leng Ruoxue went to see her big brother as soon as she woke up. But she didn't expect Yi Chen to be earlier than her. Moreover, the two of them seemed to be chatting happily. She couldn't help being curious. What are they talking about? Big brother. Shuer, you're here. Leng Ruohan's mood had improved significantly. Why are you here? Leng Ruoxue looked at Yi Chen in puzzlement. This fellow actually didn't go back to his home after returning to Phoenix City last night but insisted on staying at her place. I came to chat with Big Brother. Yi Chen said with a light smile. What were you talking about? Lang Ruoxue was curious. Are they close? This is a secret between men, Yi Chen said mysteriously. Then you continue chatting with Big Brother first. I have something to do, Lang Ruoxue said. TSK, he's actually leaving me hanging. With that, she left the cold tea pavilion. Schwer. Lang Ruohan called out from behind her. Is Schwer angry? He asked worriedly. Schwer actually ignored me. Big Brother, don't worry. She won't be angry, Yi Chen said. Miss, why are you back so soon? Lu Tao was slightly surprised when she saw her young miss, who had just left, return within a short time. It's okay, Lu Tao. You and Cui Zhu just have to cultivate diligently. Lang Ruoxue reminded her. Before leaving, she had left spiritual essence pills for them, so these two girls were now intermediate spiritual monarchs. Yes, Mississippi, don't worry. Cui Zhu and I will cultivate seriously, Lu Tao said gratefully. If not for their young miss, they didn't know how long it would have taken for them to advance to spiritual monarch. Moreover, after consuming the spiritual essence pills she left for them, they clearly felt that they absorbed spiritual power much faster than before. Eat this. One each for you and Cui Zhu. Lang Ruoxue took out 2 red spirit fruits. Thank you, Mississippi. Lu Tao knew that everything her young miss gave was something good. I don't need any attending here. Leave and eat the spirit fruit, Lang Ruoxue said. Yes. Schwer. Grandfather. Schwer, do you have a way to treat Ruohan's injuries? Lang Qingtian asked directly. He knew that Ruohan was willing to speak now. I don't know either. I have to search through the pill formulas Master left me, Lang Ruoxue said. Look for it then. Grandpa will accompany Ruohan, Lang Qingtian said worriedly. Grandpa, don't go yet. Yi Chen is there. They seem to be having a good time chatting. Lang Ruoxue stopped him. She was afraid that her grandfather wouldn't be able to control himself and reveal a pained expression when he saw her big brother. That would put a lot of pressure on him. Chapter 47. Breakthrough at last. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Okay. Grandpa won't go see him now. He knew that his grandson was a proud person, and the last thing he needed was pity, even if it was from his relatives. Grandpa, let's enter the Heaven and Earth bracelet to take a look. It has changed a lot since I unlocked a layer of the seal, Lang Ruoxue said. Okay. Grandpa will enter and take a look then. Lang Ruoxue brought her grandfather into the Heaven and Earth bracelet. Lang Qingtian's eyes widened as he stared at the scenery in front of him. The space had become larger, and the spiritual energy was denser than before. It was really a good place to cultivate. Schwer, where did these silver wolves come from? Lang Qingtian looked curiously at the silver wolves running around leisurely or lying on their stomachs in the distance. They are my contracted spirit beasts, Lang Ruoxue said. The Silver Wolf King had been imploring her to let his subordinates in ever since he entered. Seeing that this place was pretty big, she had moved the silver wolves staying in the spirit beast space here. Lang Qingtian was speechless. My granddaughter is really too abnormal. Schwer, do you know that spiritual sovereigns can only contract up to 3 spirit beasts? 5 for spiritual supremacies. And it is said that the spiritual deities, the highest level on the Ling Feng continent, can contract 10. You, Lang Qingtian didn't know what to say. Grandpa, I have more than just these silver wolves. I also have a divine beast and 2 level 8 holy beasts. The Silver Wolf King advanced 1 level after coming here, and he's now a level 7 holy beast, Lang Ruoxue explained mischievously. Grandpa should feel relieved now. Most of these silver wolves are holy beasts as well, right? Lang Qingtian asked. Yes, they are generally level 2 and 3 holy beasts. You're still not satisfied with level 2 and 3. The 5 great families combined don't have as many holy beasts as you do. Leng Qingtian couldn't help but sigh. The top families didn't have as good a holy beast allocation as everyone imagined because there were many younger generations and disciples. Most of them had advanced spirit beasts. They were not qualified to enjoy holy beasts unless they were the top geniuses in their respective families. Shuer, Grandpa can finally rest assured now, Leng Qingtian said. No one on the Ling Feng continent can bully Shuer with these spirit beasts of hers. By the way, Shuer, what level are you now? Leng Qingtian asked curiously. Shuer had always been hiding her true strength, so even he, a spiritual supremacy, couldn't discern her level. Grandpa, see for yourself. Leng Ruoxue casually removed the shield hiding her level. Spiritual Sovereign. Peak Spiritual Sovereign. Monster, what a monster! Rohan and Huaqing were called stunning geniuses when they advanced to Spiritual Sovereign at the age of 20. His granddaughter was only 15 years old. A 15-year-old peak Spiritual Sovereign, isn't this a deliberate blow to my confidence? Big sister, big sister. The little wolf rubbed against Leng Ruoxue's calf coquettishly. Grandpa, this is little Feng Feng, the Silver Wolf King's child, Leng Ruoxue introduced. Hello, little Feng Feng. Leng Qingtian pet the little silver wolf's head lovingly. Spirit beast cubs were very cute. Hello, Grandpa, the little wolf greeted politely. Good. And me. And me. Beloved Master's Grandpa. I am beloved Master's darling. Darling refused to be outdone. A few drops of sweat rolled down Leng Qingtian's forehead. Is this cute little purple fox saying a tongue twister? Grandpa, his name is Darling, a cringy fox, Leng Ruoxue explained. Oh, hee hee. Darling is very cute, Leng Qingtian said. This fox is quite interesting. Yes, yes. Beloved Master's Grandpa, you have good taste, Darling said proudly. Grandpa, talk to them for a while. I'll go and see if there are any pill formulas that can cure Big Brother. Go on. I'll chat with these cute little fellows. Don't worry about me. Leng Ruoxue walked into the alchemy room of the purple bamboo hut and carefully read the notes her master left behind, looking for a pill formula that could cure her brother. Qing Ju. Big sister. Qing Ju appeared directly in front of Leng Ruoxue when he heard her calling. Qing Ju, you should know my brother's condition. Yes. Although he couldn't leave the heaven and earth bracelet currently, he knew about the situation outside. I just read Master's notes. There are no related pill formulas recorded in them. Have you heard Master mention anything before? Leng Ruoxue asked. Qing Ju had traveled through many spaces with her master and knew a lot of things. Big sister, old master still has a utility room. The things inside are all things that old master didn't think were important. You can look through there. If there isn't anything there, then there isn't any, Qing Ju said after some thought. Where? I'll bring you. Big sister, this is the place. Qing Ju said. Leng Ruoxue looked at the so-called utility room. It was very neat and tidy. Although it was full of things that her master didn't fancy, he didn't throw them into here casually. Alas, her master's standards were too high. Every piece of junk in this utility room would be a priceless treasure if taken outside. But her master didn't fancy them at all. However, she was not as extravagant as her master, and many things here were still very useful to her currently. Leng Ruoxue carefully searched through every corner and finally found what she needed among a pile of pill formulas that her master thought were useless. The pill formula had an essence restoration pill, an intermediate pill that wasn't difficult to concoct. She was just short of the main ingredient, essence restoration grass. She had all the other herbs, but what was essence restoration grass? Grandpa. Leng Ruoxue left the purple bamboo hut and saw her grandfather playing with little Feng Feng. Shuer, how is it? Did you find anything? Leng Qingtian asked anxiously when he saw his granddaughter come out. Yes. Grandpa, don't worry. Big brother will be fine. Leng Ruoxue comforted him. Bvec, that's good, that's good. Leng Qingtian finally felt relieved. Grandpa, I have the pill formula, but I'm missing the main ingredient. Chapter 48. Missing the Essence Restoration Grass. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. What is it? Grandpa will get people to buy it immediately, Leng Qingtian said anxiously. Essence Restoration Grass. Although Leng Ruoxue had never heard of Essence Restoration Grass, Qing Ju said that it was not a very precious medicinal herb. Grandpa will get people to find it. Grandpa, it won't hurt to wait a bit longer. Let's go see Big Brother. She was also at ease now that she had the pill formula. Okay. They arrived at the cold tea pavilion and heard people talking before they were near. It's Old Man Lin, Leng Qingtian said. Old Man Lin had been coming to his home to bring news almost every day ever since Ruohan was injured. Ruohan, Master is relieved that you are willing to speak, Lin Liang said sadly. Ruohan was his only disciple, and he had just advanced to spiritual sovereign not long ago. But who knew that something like this would happen? Alas, he was useless and let his disciple suffer. He also let his old friend down. Master, I'm fine now. Don't worry. Leng Ruohan comforted him. He had known for a long time that he was already a disabled person who could no longer cultivate spiritual power. The reason he was still alive now was all because Ardent had exchanged his life for his. Thus, he wouldn't wallow in self-pity. He would live well. He would not let Ardent's sacrifice be in vain. Old thing, why are you here again? Didn't I tell you that you don't need to bring news every day? Leng Qingtian shouted as soon as he entered the room. After entering the room, Leng Ruoxue saw her brother sitting opposite Grandpa Lin, who didn't like her much. Meanwhile, Yi Chen was sitting in a corner. Grandpa Lin. Leng Ruoxue greeted Lin Liang. Although she was a little angry at the people of the Heavenly Phoenix Academy, this person was her grandfather's friend and her brother's master, so she would still give him face. Ruoxue, you're back. Lin Liang nodded. This little girl seems different from the last time I saw her. Yes. Spend more time with Ruohan. He's been very worried about you since you left home, Lin Liang said. Sometimes, he would be jealous that this girl had such a loving grandfather and brother. I will. I won't let anyone who bullies Big Brother off either, Leng Ruoxue said, implying that he shouldn't stop her from doing what she wanted to do. Ruohan, you have a good sister. Lin Liang smiled bitterly. This girl is warning me. Fine, I'll let this girl do what is inconvenient for me to do. I know. Of course, Leng Ruohan knew that he had a good sister. Lass, you are a student of our academy. Now that you are home, shouldn't you go to the academy for classes? Lin Liang reminded her. Of course. But I want to stay at home and accompany Big Brother for a few days before going. How could she find those people to take revenge if she didn't go to the academy? She would definitely go to the academy. May I go? Yi Chen suddenly asked. Lin Liang looked at Yi Chen for a long time, but he couldn't discern anything. Okay, go with Ruoxue. Lin Liang said helplessly. Am I too old? I can't see through the youngsters these days. Thank you. Big Brother, let's grill some meat later. Leng Ruoxue suggested. Anything you like. Leng Ruohan had always granted his sister's requests. How could he have any objections? Schwer, what meat is this? It smells so good, Leng Qingtian couldn't help asking when he smelled the alluring meat. Schwer specially kept some earth python meat for Grandpa and Big Brother. How is it, old thing? My granddaughter is still the most filial, isn't she? It's all thanks to Ruohan and me that you can eat such delicious meat, Leng Qingtian said proudly. Knowing that his grandson had a chance to be cured, he felt relaxed. Yes, I'm so envious of you. Lin Liang rolled his eyes at him. He had not had a good night's sleep since Rohan's accident. He felt relieved seeing Rohan pull himself together today. Schwer, is this wind rabbit meat? Leng Rohan couldn't help asking after eating another piece of meat. Yes. Big brother, eat less. There will be something better in a bit. Leng Ruoxue said mysteriously. Something better. Leng Qingtian's curiosity was piqued. Is there any meat more delicious than earth python and wind rabbit? Well, this meat tastes better with Schwer's seasonings. Of course. This is it. Leng Ruoxue took out a large piece of meat that she had prepared from her ring and started grilling it on the fire. Although this meat tastes good, it's not as delicious as the earth python meat. Leng Rohan said in puzzlement after taking a bite. Yes, Schwer, what meat is this? Leng Qingtian was also a little curious. Fire rhinoceros meat, Leng Ruoxue said. This meat is good. Is there any more? Lin Liang asked. He would eat their meat since they dared hurt his disciple. A lot. Give me more. Master, you've already eaten a lot, Leng Rohan couldn't help saying. I'm not full yet, Lin Liang said childishly. No more today. Big brother needs to rest. Everyone, disperse, Leng Ruoxue said. I didn't say I wanted to rest, Leng Rohan said aggrievedly. Schwer is so overbearing. Leng Ruoxue secretly gave Yichen a look. Yichen understood and went directly to Leng Rohan's ear to say a few words. After this, Leng Rohan obediently returned to his room to rest. What did you say to Big Brother just now? Leng Ruoxue asked curiously after her grandfather and the others left. Nothing much. I just told him that Schwer would be angry if he didn't listen, so he went to bed obediently, Yichen explained. That's simple. Yes, that's simple. I'm smart, right? Yichen said proudly. I'm sleepy. I'm going to bed, Leng Ruoxue said indifferently while rolling her eyes at him. She was going to let this freak be proud on his own. Big brother, Leng Ruoxue called softly when she came to her brother's room. Her brother's complexion had improved a lot over the past few days. The Schwer. Leng Rohan, who was standing by the window, turned around. Chapter 49. Big brothers wish you are listening at Novel Full.audio. Big brother, what are you thinking about? Leng Ruoxue felt that her brother had something to say to her these past few days. Schwer, the academy competition is in 2 months, Leng Rohan said after some thought. So what? Leng Ruoxue didn't care. What does the competition have to do with me? I didn't go to the academy to be gilded, so the honor of the academy has nothing to do with me. I want you to take part in my place, Leng Rohan said. His master had mentioned it to him yesterday. Big brother, is it not enough that they've hurt you? Do you still have to worry about their honor now? Leng Ruoxue said a little angrily. Schwer, Big brother doesn't want master to be in a difficult situation. Don't blame him. Moreover, all the effort I've put in for the past 3 years is for this academy competition, Leng Rohan explained. It was a tough call, but he was very clear about his master's difficulties, so he chose to remain silent. Besides, I've already made an appointment with Hua Qin to compete in this academy competition 3 years ago. But now, the academy competition was a comprehensive evaluation among all the academies on the Ling Feng continent. All the academies on the Ling Feng continent, regardless of their size, could participate once every 3 years. The top 3 places in the previous years were basically monopolized by the 3 major academies, Rising Dragon Academy, Heavenly Phoenix Academy, and Lunar Shadow Academy. Among all the academies, the Rising Dragon Academy was the strongest and often ranked first, while the Heavenly Phoenix Academy and the Lunar Shadow Academy vied for second place. The Heavenly Phoenix Academy originally had the chance to obtain first place in the Academy competition 3 years ago. But its overall strength was slightly inferior to the Rising Dragon Academy, so it had only obtained second place. For Leng Ruohan, this was definitely a pity. He originally thought that he had a chance this time, but... "Big brother, I'll take your place," Leng Ruoxue said helplessly. It wasn't like her brother didn't know that his spiritual power would recover as long as she found the Essence Restoration Grass and concocted the Essence Restoration Pill. Yet he was still acting pitiful with her. "But if I can concoct the Essence Restoration Pill before the Academy competition, big brother, you will still have to participate," Leng Ruoxue said. It was better to realize his wish with his own hands. "Okay," Leng Ruohan said. But he did not have much hope. Essence Restoration Grass was something that no one on the Lingfeng continent had heard of, so how could it be so easy to find? Young Master Fu is here," Mingyan reported. "Which young Master Fu?" Leng Ruoxue asked. "Shuer, he is my friend," Leng Ruohan explained amusedly. "Shuer is acting like a mother beast protecting her cubs, afraid that someone will bully me." "Oh. Since your friend is here, Shuer will go back first." Leng Ruoxue didn't intend to disturb her brother from getting along with his friend. When she reached the door, Leng Ruoxue happened to meet the young Master Fu that Mingyan mentioned, so she took a look at him. He was a handsome man in his early 20s, tall and full of nobility. She only took one look and walked away. Leng Ruoxue came to her grandfather's study and saw Yi Chen playing chess with her grandfather. She couldn't help but sigh. This freak is really capable. He actually subdued Grandpa and Big Brother. He's staying at my house and not leaving, but Grandpa and Big Brother are actually letting him do whatever he wants. Grandpa. Shuer, didn't you go see Ruohan? Why are you back so soon? Leng Qingtian asked. Young Master Fu is here, so I excused myself. What is he doing here? Leng Qingtian said displeasedly. Grandpa, what's wrong? Is there something wrong with young Master Fu? Leng Ruoxue asked doubtfully. There's nothing wrong with him, but there's something wrong with the Fu family, Leng Qingtian said in disgust. He is Fu Mingyuan, Fu Xiang's son. That shameless old man Fu Xiang is the prime minister, and he often instigates the emperor to marry his daughter Fu Mingzhu to our Leng family. But I refused, Leng Qingtian said disdainfully. So what if his daughter is the #1 beauty in Eastern Lagoon? That woman isn't worthy of my outstanding grandson. Fu Mingzhu. She seemed to have heard this name somewhere before. Oh, I remember. When I visited Big Brother at the academy, the woman I met seemed to be called this name. Shuer, when do you plan to go to the academy with Yi Chen? Leng Qingtian asked. He was quite satisfied with his future grandson-in-law, Yi Chen, so he was happy to create opportunities for them to get along. The day after tomorrow. Then Grandpa will get people to prepare. You won't be able to come home often after going to the academy. Grandpa will miss you, Leng Qingtian said reluctantly. But he also knew that his granddaughter didn't go to the academy to study. Grandpa, I can come back whenever I want, Leng Ruoxue said helplessly. No one would dare to stop her from going home. Then, why don't you stay at home every day? Leng Qingtian asked. Okay. Outside General Leng's mansion. Shuer, be careful on the road, Leng Qingtian reminded her worriedly. Grandpa, I'm not a child anymore, Leng Ruoxue said with amusement. She had Yi Chen and Lu Tao by her side, but her grandfather was still so worried. Grandpa, Big Brother, go back quickly. I'm leaving. Quill, let's go, Leng Ruoxue said to Quill. Quill was very fast, and they arrived at the Heavenly Phoenix Academy in about half an hour. Leng Ruoxue got Quill to enter the Heaven and Earth bracelet, and the three of them walked into the academy as if no one else was around. The Heavenly Phoenix Academy was indeed worthy of being one of the 3 major academies. Not only was it big, but it was also very imposing. The architecture of the buildings was beautiful and mighty. "Excuse me, may I know how to get to the principal's office?" Lu Tao stepped forward and asked a boy. I'll take you there," the ordinary-looking boy said with a blush and a racing heart. Heavens, this woman is so beautiful that he couldn't help sneaking glances at Leng Ruoxue. "This is it," the boy leading the way stammered. "Thank you." Lu Tao knocked on the door. "Come in. Mississippi, Lu Tao, wait for us here." Leng Ruoxue opened the door and walked in with Yi Chen. Chapter 50. Savage Fox, 1, you are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 50. Savage Fox, 1, Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios, Ruoxue, you're here. Lin Liang was stunned for a moment when he saw them, but he quickly reacted. "Grandpa Lin, we've come to report." "Yes, just in time," Lin Liang said. "Grandpa Lin, I will participate in this academy competition on behalf of my big brother." "But you'd better pretend that you don't know what I want to do," Leng Ruoxue said bluntly. She didn't intend to hide what she wanted to do from the principal because she still needed his cooperation if necessary. "I really don't know anything," Lin Liang said with a wry smile. "This girl isn't afraid that I'll stop her at all and actually told me about it directly, but he wouldn't stop her even if he knew what she wanted to do. It was something he wanted to do but found inconvenient to do, so it was basically the same if this girl did it instead." Schwer thanks Grandpa Lin in advance. "You don't have to be polite with me. I am Rohan's master, but this is all I can do for Rohan," Lin Liang said helplessly. "Grandpa Lin, I want the names of those people," Leng Ruoxue said. "It's all here." Lin Liang took out a piece of paper from his drawer and handed it to Leng Ruoxue. He had prepared everything. Leng Ruoxue took the piece of paper and glanced at it casually. Not only were their names, but he had also labeled their families and even their status in their families. "Thank you, Grandpa Lin," Leng Ruoxue thanked Lin Liang sincerely. This list saved her a lot of time. Schwer, what are you thinking about?" Yi Chen asked. Schwer had been silent since she obtained the name list. "I'm thinking about my big brother. Is there still no news about the Essence Restoration grass?" Yi Chen asked. In fact, he had been helping out, but he had no leads at all. "No, but I'm not thinking about the Essence Restoration grass." "Then what are you thinking about?" "I'm thinking that it's not a big deal even if some students were injured during the training exercise. Why should they blame Big Brother? Grandpa is very protective of his loved ones. What benefits will this bring to them?" Leng Ruoxue said. In fact, she had been thinking about this for a long time, but she kept feeling that she seemed to have overlooked something. "I'm not sure what benefits they will get, but I know that Principal Lin is in a very passive position because of it," Yi Chen said. Anyone with eyes could tell that this was absolutely the result of people adding fuel to the fire. "Isn't it an overreaction even if this matter is aimed at the principal?" Leng Ruoxue said after some thought. "Grandpa Lin is a spiritual supremacy, so his position in the Heavenly Phoenix Academy isn't easily shaken. Moreover, Big Brother was the one who suffered the most in this incident. Wait. Why didn't I realize it sooner? Their main target is my grandpa. Grandpa Lin is just collateral damage," Leng Ruoxue said with certainty after thinking it through. "What do you mean? This incident injured the #1 genius of the academy so severely. What do you think the consequences will be for the teachers leading the team? Moreover, this student is the grandson of General Leng and the disciple of the principal. What do you think they will do?" Leng Ruoxue asked in return. The teachers were afraid that General Leng would seek revenge, so they naturally wanted to shrink responsibility. But as far as I know, those 2 teachers come from small families. But several of the students on that training exercise are nobles, and there was even a member of the imperial family. I'm afraid they don't have the ability to make all the students perjure themselves, Yi Chen analyzed. Just because they don't have the ability doesn't mean others don't, Leng Ruoxue said coldly. She had already vaguely guessed what was going on. The two of them walked on the academy plaza while chatting. Shuer, shall we go to the library to take a look? Yi Chen suggested. They didn't have to attend classes on time like other students here, and the people they were looking for weren't in the academy now. It was said that almost all of them were recuperating at home and would only return to the academy in a few days. Okay. She had always wanted to go to the library. They went directly to the top floor of the library with the access given to them through the academy's golden badges. The books on the top floor were the essence of the entire Heavenly Phoenix Academy. Not just anyone could enter this place, but they were not aware of the regulations here. After staying on the top floor of the library for a few days, Leng Ruoxue almost finished reading all the books here. There was really nothing else to read, so she left. Yi Chen left 2 days ago for some reason. Senior brother Feng, I like you. Leng Ruoxue happened to hear a very gentle female voice when she passed by a small forest outside the library. She unintentionally looked up and found the woman somewhat familiar. Ha, it's Fu Mingzhu. Such a coincidence. I happen to be looking for her. She then looked at the man Fu Mingzhu confessed her love to. Yes, he was indeed handsome and extraordinary with a noble temperament. He should be slightly younger than her brother. Even though he was not as handsome as her brother, he was still a rare beauty. Seemingly aware that someone was looking at him, the man raised his head and happened to see Leng Ruoxue. He couldn't help being stunned, his eyes showing his amazement. Fu Mingzhu was the biggest suspect in causing her brother's injury because there were only 2 girls on the training team that day. One of them was called Mo Li, and the other was Fu Mingzhu. So one of them must have annoyed the Fire Rhinoceros group and even pushed the blame onto her brother. This Fu Mingzhu pestered her brother unceasingly before he was injured, annoying him quite a bit. But she immediately changed her target now that her brother was in trouble. Humph, dream on. You won't have your way. With this thought in mind, Leng Ruoxue walked straight over, her eyes full of ice. She had been in the academy for a few days but had yet to have the chance to exercise. Sensing something amiss with Feng Aoran's gaze, Fu Mingzhu turned her head, only to see the damn woman she was jealous of and hated. Even though she had only seen this woman once, she remembered her appearance very clearly. Leng Ruoxue saw the jealousy and hatred in Fu Mingzhu's eyes and couldn't help finding it funny. People who didn't know better would think that they had a feud.